I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. That's a site with curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read that will help you find work more quickly. I wanted to tell you a story today about a networking mistake I made. And I'll simply say I've been part of a business group now for a couple of years, and I was being elevated to a regional role. So I was sent off for training. Now, as it turns out, most of the people in the room where the training was occurring had already taken this course, and many of them were owners of franchises within this business group. So I may be the one newbie in the room actually receiving training, and it was a very frustrating experience for me. I would ask a question because I want to know the answer, and I was treated as though I was an ignorant buffoon. I got frustrated, and I let my frustration show at different times. And I'm not blaming them, but at times my frustration became apparent in little facial gestures, in comments that I would make that I thought no one could hear, but they could. And later on, as someone was talking, they made a comment about me that said, "Why is he here?" And I realized the impact of what I had done on how people perceived me. That I was treated as being ignorant and didn't belong in the room. That's their problem. My problem was how I sent that message to them. And we all know how this happens in the workplace on a day-to-day basis, where someone makes a snide comment, which is frankly what I did, and it gets noticed, picked up on, and the person's career is hurt as a result of it. In this group, at one point, I made a comment that I didn't think someone could hear. I let my frustration show. I didn't try and persevere. I kind of shut down. And thus, I relay this story to you about not realizing that little things get noticed and filed away. And it creates an impression with people that isn't beneficial. When you're in a networking situation, you want to be all in. You want to be trying to connect with people, trying to do outreach, picking up the relationships and not holding back. And even if you're swatted away, as I was by an instructor a couple of times who just was very frustrating for me, it's irrelevant. My behavior is what hurt me, because the room was with her and not with me. I had done nothing to win the room over. Now, if this sounds complicated, it really isn't. Just be aware that people notice everything you do, don't do, and say or not say. And think of the message that you're trying to convey in networking situations, and whether that comment really needs to be said, or whether that acting out really needs to be done, or whether you can just put it aside, be an adult, which I clearly wasn't, and get what I needed out of the situation, which was more connection with some of the people in the room so I could work with them afterwards. I made a mistake, and I'm trying to head you off from a career and job search mistake that happens way too often. You go into a networking meeting, you're off on the sidelines, you feel frustrated, you don't communicate with anyone, you send a message of being aloof instead of being connected. You are there to network. Get into the conversation. You know how to do that. Seriously, you know how to do that. Even if you're a rank beginner, you kind of sidle your way over and start standing on the sidelines and have your face seen and notice how the conversation is, and then contribute something positive to it that moves it forward at the right time. And you know when that is. I don't have to tell you that. So this is a mistake I made. I hope you don't make it. And I'll just simply say, if you're interested in my coaching you, reach out to me at Jeff Altman at thebiggamehunter.us. In the subject line, put the word coaching. Let's speak. I look forward to helping you. Have a great day. Take care.